7:30.
7:30.
You ready to start, gentlemen?
Sure.
Do it. Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. Welcome to the regular monthly meeting of the Board of Commissioners held for the purpose of transacting the general business of the township. Today's date is August the 11th, 2021. The meeting is being conducted in person at the Springfield Township Administration Building. The meeting is also being offered in live streaming feature and will be made available on the township website beginning tomorrow morning. Comments will not be accepted remotely, but instructions for submitting public comment in advance were provided as part of the posted agenda. Please stand and, well, now can we please stand and join the Board of Commissioners in a moment of silent reflection, honoring the servicemen and women who have placed themselves in harm's way and in order to preserve the order of our safety, home and overseas. We will now conduct our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to entertain a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes from the previous meeting as written and recorded in the official minutes of the book of the township.
So moved. I'll make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
There's been a unanimous motion to dispense with the minutes of last month. So we are going to,
We need to vote on it.
we need to vote.
Yep.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those that oppose, please note a 6-0 vote. As you can tell, this is my first time officiating this meeting.
Doing great.
I'm not as fluid as our older senior members.
Oh,
I
yeah. Get that older in there.
had to get that in there. Okay, so I have one announcement. Oh, and I should for the record, let me note the absence of Commissioner Standish due to a previous business engagement. I have one announcement. Please note that our September workshop and business meeting of the Board of Commissioners will be conducted 1 week later than normal on Monday, September the 13th and Wednesday, September the 15th, 2021. The reasoning is for the Labor Day holiday will occur on Monday, September the 6th, which is the normal meeting business date for the board's workshop meeting. Both the workshop and business meeting will begin in their usual 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. start time. The board is now open to comments or questions from the public. The board draws particular attention to those items listed on the agenda this evening. Please be advised that once the committee reports begin, the board can no longer accept questions from the floor. At the conclusion of the committee reports, public comments will once again be accepted. However, official action on those listed on the agenda will have already taken place. Therefore, if you wish to comment on an agenda item, now would be the appropriate time. Okay, not seeing a mad rush to the mic. We're going to go right into our committee reports. We'll start off, since I have such a lengthy report, the Park and Recreation Resources Committee, Eddie Graham. I have no report. We will now move to the chairman for our Community Development Committee and reading Commissioner Standish report will be Commissioner Peter Wilson.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vice President. I'm reporting on the land development request from the Flowertown Shopping Center. On March the 15th, 2021, Federal Realty Investment Trust, owner of the Flowertown Shopping Center, filed an application with the Springfield Township seeking land development approval for the construction of a 4,500 square foot pad site at the Flowertown Shopping Center, portions of which are located in Springfield and White Marsh Townships. Concurrently with the Springfield Township land development application, Federal Realty filed a land development plan with White Marsh Township. Both the Springfield Township and White Marsh Township engineers subsequently identified comments and deficiencies with the plan that must be addressed by the applicant prior to approval. Therefore, I move that the Board of Commissioners accept a letter dated July 30th, 2021 from Craig R. Lewis, Counsel for Federal Realty Investment Trust, extending the 90-day subdivision land development plan review period up to and including October the 30th, 2021. The extension of time will provide Federal Realty the opportunity to revise their land development plan to be in compliance with the Springfield Township Code. That is my motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. A motion has been made. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Are there any questions on the motion?
Mr. President, I'll just add more as information than anything else. Because of the unique feature of this development being both in Springfield and White Marsh Township, White Marsh Township is actually hearing the development planning tonight. So depending upon even the outcome of that, that may also obviously influence things in the future. But just as a point of information for the public, check the outcome of the White Marsh hearing tonight. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Cobb. Are there any additional comments or questions? Therefore, we have a motion that has been moved and second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those that oppose, please note a 6-0 unanimous vote.
That concludes my reports.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. We will now go to the Chairman of the Internal Affairs and Library Committees, Commissioner Jeff Harbison.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two items tonight. First is number 3 on the agenda, the August bill listing. I move that the Board of Commissioners approve the July check reconciliation in the amount of $1,105,498.48 and the August bill listing in the amount of $444,729.92. That is my motion.
Okay, a motion has been made. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Are there any questions or comments on the motion? Therefore, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those that oppose, please note a 6-0 unanimous vote.
Thank you. The next item, number 4, resolution 1540. Each year, the Board of Commissioners is required to adopt pension fund minimum municipal obligations, MMOs, pledging the proper funding of the pension plans. An important factor in establishing the MMOs is the assumed rate of return on investments for the existing assets of the pension fund. While a higher assumed rate of return on investments reduces the immediate contributions required from the township's general fund, to the extent that the assumed rate of return is not achieved, an actuarial loss to the pension plans is recorded and must be paid back over time. Therefore, the assumed rate of return on investments should be as close as possible to the historic rates of actual return in order to ensure proper funding is sustained. The current assumed rate of return is 6.75%, which was reduced from 7% in 2018 and 8% several years prior. Therefore, I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt resolution number 1540, resolution authorizing and directing the Springfield Township Pension Fund Actuary to utilize an assumed rate of return from investments of 6 25/100%, 6.25, for all township defined benefit pension plans, commencing with the 2021 actuarial valuation reports and the 2022 minimum municipal obligation certifications. That is my motion.
A motion has been made. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Are there any questions or concerns concerning the motion?
Let me just comment on what's going on here, because I think to most people, this is a bunch of gobbledygook. Is we are being more conservative in the way we're estimating our pension obligations, which means we're actually paying a little more right now, which will benefit the township in the long run. Most townships have a higher assumed interest return, and therefore end up in a big hole with underfunded pensions. So what we're doing is very fiscally responsible and is really matches reality, something that a lot of townships and cities don't do. So it's great that we're doing this.
Thank you, Commissioner Harbison. Any additional questions or concerns? Therefore, all those that are in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those that oppose, please note a 6-0 unanimous vote.
That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Harbison. We'll now turn to our committee report chairman for the Cultural and Environmental Resource Committee, Commissioner Pete Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I'm pleased to report, give the recycling report tonight and state that during the month of July 2021, Springfield Township residents recycled 156.03 tons of materials with a householder participation rate of 77.7%. The net cost for the month was $18,113.29. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. We'll now go to the chairman of the Public Safety Committee, Commissioner Michael Maxwell.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I have no report this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Maxwell. We will now turn to the chairman of the Zoning Committee, Commissioner Jonathan Cobb.
All right.
You can do it.
So first off, the next zoning hearing board will meet Monday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. in this building in the Springfield Township Administration Building, where we will receive three applications, starting with the application of Fox Lane Homes at the Falcon Hill Estate LLC for the property known as Lot Number 1. This property is located within the cul-de-sac of Henry Way, and the applicants have requested a dimensional variance seeking to increase the building coverage on the site from the permitted maximum coverage of 15% to 18.7% of the total lot area. The property is zoned within the AA residential district of Ward 7. We'll also hear the application of Annie R. Brown, owner of the property located at 2007 Grace Lane, Flowertown. The applicant has requested a variance to seek approval to install a second kitchen within the dwelling for use as an in-law suite. Springfield Township limits single-family dwellings to one kitchen per household. The property is zoned within the A residential district of Ward 6 of Springfield Township. And finally, the application of Emily and Robert Mercier, owners of the property located at 7960 Ardmore Avenue in Winmore. The applicants have requested a dimensional variance seeking approval to replace and expand an existing deck that will encroach 4 feet into the required 12-foot side yard setback. The property is zoned within the A residential district of Ward 5. And those three applications, again, will be heard on Monday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. in this room. And that's my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Cobb. We will now hear from the chairman of our Public Works and Facilities Committee, Commissioner James Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I have no report this evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Lee. That being the conclusion of all our committee reports, we will now open our floor up for public comments. Having seen none, I'd just like to make one comment out to all of our residents of Springfield Township. As you all know, I was out for a couple of months due to an illness. I thank God that I'm back now, but I just wanted to send out a thank you to all of the residents, to the commissioners on this board that sent out their loves and prayers while I convalesced. And I just love this community that I live in. And I just wanted to send out a heartfelt thank you. It was very encouraging, and I felt the love from our community. Thank you very much. That being said, I'd just like to have a motion.
Oh, Mr. Vice President, I have one comment or just one observation here.
Yes, sir.
In our monthly book on the tab J, which was just the zoning hearing information, the second page just held up the fact that the next zoning hearing board meeting was on Monday, September the 27th, 2021. What was the intent of that? Or
We typically announce when the next meeting will be conducted.
okay, but
That's all.
okay, but I thought they just gave testimony that would be August the 23rd.
Well, yeah, they gave the notice for the August 23rd meeting, and that's the agenda for it. And then the follow-up to that is the next meeting of the zoning hearing board will be on September 27th, after that one. After that agenda, the next.
So that's the last item on the August agenda is announcing the next meeting.
So you can call it the
Little
next
meta.
next.
I see. Okay. I got you.
Little preview of
All
what's to
right,
come.
fine. Okay, good. Okay.
And Mr. Vice President,
Yes, sir. Yes, Commissioner Cobb.
one, it's good to have you back. And two, also wanted to just give accolades to our township manager and his staff as they continue to work towards making our agenda items and a lot of the items that we talk about on a monthly basis much more accessible and available to residents online as we work towards sort of making this whole process much more transparent. So I know it was a little bit of a learning curve, getting all that stuff digitized, and you guys have done an incredible job and really greatly appreciate the work that you guys do.
So true, Commissioner Cobb. Thank you very much for those comments. That being said, are there any other additional comments? If not, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn our meeting for this evening. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those that are in favor?
All right.
Aye.
All those that oppose? Unanimous vote. Thank you very much, everyone.
Use the gavel.
Oh, I got to use the gavel? My first time.
Yeah. Broke it there. Jeez.
The